Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. Yeah, we Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Rick flaring, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death. I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. One eye open like Betty Wops and fine to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Rick flaring on them, Rick flaring on them, Rick flaring on them, Rick flaring, sun up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at. No cap if the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeant is with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the leash. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walking, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Listen, you already know what it is. Before we get into anything today, go ahead and like the stream. Okay, go ahead and like the stream, please. Thank you. Now, mind you, you know me and PV have never been the best of friends, okay? So anybody from PV that don't like nothing that I say or do today, you know what you can do?
Unfollow me. If I make you feel some type of way, unfollow me. If low key you're just here to hate,
unfollow me. Okay? But today, and you know I don't do shows on Tuesday, so you know this was gonna be a doozy. It's gonna be a doozy. So listen, man. You know when it gets to me, it's a problem. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. If it gets to me, it's a problem. It's like when your parents, you know what I'm saying, when you at school and you doing all the class clown stuff, but you good because it didn't get back to your parents. But when your parents find out, that's your ass, Mr. Postman. So that's how I feel about any situation. If it gets to me, it has gotten out of hand. Can I just say that? It's gotten out of hand. So, had somebody reach out to me. Somebody said, Scotty, some issues going on at PV. I said, PV? When I hear PV, my ears perk up. What? What'd you say? What'd you say? You said, prayer review? You said that prayer review? So, you know, my ears perk up, you know what I'm saying? I said, okay, talk to me. Told me some stuff. I said, best believe I'm going to do a show. The person said, Scotty, wait on it. You know what I'm saying? Like Jesus, wait on it. I want to see if they're going to do something. And if they do something, then cool. If they don't, then you are free to do. Well, clearly they ain't do nothing. So here we are. Okay, here we are. So let's get into it, shall we? All right, let's get into it, shall we? It's a little bit of, I wish I had Detective Campbell on the call because it's a little bit of law and order going on around here. Internal investigation at PV and prayer review. Okay, and prayer review. Now, this woman, all right, her program is under investigation. And you saying, Scotty, how was she under investigation for? We gonna get into all that. We gonna get into all the goodies of why this lady of the volleyball team, the head volleyball coach of the volleyball team at Prairie View, is under investigation. Now, her name is Tacho Tyler. I hope I'm saying that name right. I ain't never know a black. Listen, black people come up with some creative names, but Tacho, that's a new one for me. That is a new one to me. So people are like, Scotty, why? Why is she under investigation? Well, I'll tell you one reason she needs to be under investigation. She is not good. I don't even know how this woman still has a job. Okay? The whole point of coaching is to win. Now let's go through her resume. Okay? Her resume. Okay? 2015, 9-25. 2016, 10-19. 2017, 8-19. 2018, 7-20. Like, when is PV going to say, you know what? We need to cut ties. We need to cut ties with you, Tacho. Okay? This is not your job no more, Tacho. Nacho Cheese, this is not your job no more, Tacho. You listen, walking papers. But once again, nepotism. She is an alum of Prairie View. Okay. She is an alum of Prairie View. Now, who would hire her in the SWAC? Nobody. But hey, she got a job somewhere. She got a job somewhere, but she is epic fail. Epic fail. But for some reason, and this is what I don't understand, like, at some point in time, you as an institution have to say, we're trying to put together a great product, right? But if just because she's an alum, she gets to keep this job, what product are you trying? Like, what are you showing to people that just because she's a product of your institution, that she's allowed to coach for this long and to suck for this long? She sucks. Like, that ain't no sexism. That's not racism. That's not any isms. That's facts. She sucks. She's had one winning season, and that was in the COVID year. Like, come on, bro. That's like LeBron. That's like everybody saying LeBron winning the championship. Everybody got an asterisk beside that. They got an asterisk beside Alabama A&M's championship. They should have an asterisk about her winning record during COVID. Ma'am, you have not had a winning record. This is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. 2018, where I lose off and she's losing. 2018, 7-25. 2019, 7-22. COVID year, don't count. 2021, 8-26. 2022, 8-24. Now, what needs to be under investigation is how in the blue hell she kept her job that long. That's what should be under investigation. Like, not her program, her. She needs to be, anybody who kept her in her job needs to be under investigation. Listen, I can't count. I don't got a bachelor's degree. But that looks like, based off my math, you suck. Ma'am, 79 and 163. Sir. See, that's that HBCU shit. Overall is your winning record. Overall. That lets you know if you have a winning record. I don't give a damn about conference. Oh, wow, you went for no. Winning record overall. Let me show you what winning looks like, Gabe, because since you have a hard time, you don't understand what winning looks like. So let me help you out. Let me help you out because you know what I'm saying. All right. See how Alabama State is 15-1? You know what I'm saying? See how that works? See how that works? See how that works? Okay, but you know, it's teach his own. You know what I'm saying? Teach his own. But let me say this, right? Because I think Alabama State's like 20. I think they're like 15 and like 13 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. 15-12 or 15-10, something like that. But this would be a travesty. Like, bro, like, come on, man. Like, this is the epitome of like, we're just getting by. We're just getting by. And the fact of the matter is that this woman still has a job, lets you know that you don't care about the product that you're putting on. Like, that's the most disrespectful thing. You don't care about the product. Because if you cared about the product, there's no way this woman still has a job. There's no way she has a listen, think about that. You at your job and you looking at somebody for 8 years that can't get the job done. They've been in this job for 8 years and can't get the job done, and you continue to pay them. You continue to give them benefits. You continue to give them chances. When is it enough? When does the loyalty of just because you're an alum wear off? When? So you can't tell them you can't find anybody? Anybody? Nobody? For eight years, you couldn't find nobody. I have a hard time believing that. But that ain't even the best. It gets, listen. It gets worse. Then she got allegations. So let me get this straight. So you're losing, right? So you're losing, and then a player comes out on top of all that to give you allegations. I'm going to say it again. You can't coach. You don't win. And then on top of all that, now you got allegations. So this young lady, she puts on Twitter and she says this. She puts on TikTok, TikTok, all the young kids doing nowadays. Puts on TikTok. She says, me explaining to my freshmen that is not what college volleyball looks like. That you can have fun while playing your sport. That coaches making fun of your appearance is not normal. That coaches calling you out at practice. Let me blow this up. Calling you out at practice because they're hungover is not normal. Mental health is real. All right. Even if she says an excuse to be weak, that there's a difference between an aggressive and motivating coach versus a flat out disrespectful, verbally abusive coach. That if she has 8 losing seasons, this one season is not because of the women, because of you, even if she says it is. Like, bro. So let me get this straight. Tacho. You don't win. You have a player on your team that jumped in the portal, puts on TikTok that you're mentally abusive, verbally abusive to your team. That's the allegations. You've had 8 losing seasons. How does this woman still have a job? I wouldn't even deal with the public. Like, once the allegations come up, bro, you're not Urban Meyer, okay? You're not Urban Meyer. You're not any winning type of, like, you're not somebody like, well, we got to keep you. Like, once allegations should come out about what you're doing, either it be verbally abusive or whatever, you got to go, my boy. You're not worth the headache. You know why you're not worth the headache? This is why you're not worth the headache. You're 79 and 163. That's not worth the headache. Am I the only one seeing this? This shouldn't even be a conversation. Under investigation, you should have been gone. You should have been gone. Huh? This not her first year being. How does she still have a job? How in the blue hell does she still have a job? Oh, even better. Progress through the program. Because people out here, well, Scotty, maybe she's graduating to people. People don't even stay. I don't even know if volleyball has APR, but if they did, this program would be atrocious. Look at the progression. Nobody stays. Nobody stays. She has 0% of 4-year people in the program. Like, what? Okay, so let's back this all up. I want this to put this in perspective, right? I really want to put this in perspective. She doesn't win. She has allegations on her of being mentally and physically abusive. I mean, not physically, excuse me. Allegations of being verbally abusive, right? And then you're not even making the school money because you can't keep the kids for 4 years. Am I missing something? Make that make sense to me. How does she still have a job? This reminds me, this is what it reminds me of. And people might say, Scotty, you're so dramatic, you're taking it too far. Maybe not. I see it as you getting caught on camera, beating up like cops getting caught beating up on camera, right? And then they get administrative leave, paid administrative leave. This is what this reminds me of. This is what this reminds me of. She's under investigation, but she's still getting paid. So she is, PV, the institution of PV is paying this woman to be under investigation, to not matriculate kids through the program. Mind you, there's only 12 people on the volleyball team. There's 12 people on a volleyball team. You can't matriculate 12 people through your program. You can't matriculate 12 people. Look at this, guys. Like, you can't matriculate 12 people through your program. Am I overreacting to this? Because I feel as though like this shouldn't even be a question. This is malfeasance on PV to the 10th degree. This is straight malfeasance. Like, there is nothing about this woman's resume other than she's an alum, other than she won you a SWAC championship when she was playing, that she should even have a job. That she even have a job. I'm so confused. She can't matriculate 12 women through her. Look at this. 0%. She has 0% of 4-year people in the program. She has been at this job for 8 years. You didn't graduate one girl from your program, and nobody sees anything wrong with this? Listen, Prairie View A&M is smoking crack. Whoever is making these decisions is falling asleep at the wheel. I don't understand it. The interim AD, you want to know how you become the AD? You fire her. You fire her. Let her go. She has done her time. She has lost enough volleyball games. She brought you a SWAC championship back in 06 when she played. Congratulations. But she has to be let go. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I mean, like, come on, man. Like, look at this. 79. Off her record alone, she shouldn't have a job. Off her record alone, she shouldn't have a job. On top of having allegations of being verbally abusive, and then not matriculating people through the program. That's 3 strikes. That is 3 strikes and you're out. Come on, man. If you're going to, this is the thing for me. If you're going to ask kids to come to it, you gotta hold yourself. You have to hold yourself to a standard. PV, all these HBCU, Grambling, PV, you have to hold your institution to a standard. You have to hold your institution to a standard. If you want to give volleyball coaches 4 to 5 years to get a program together, okay, I get it. But at some point in time, you got to let people go, and you got to find somebody else. Hey, come on, man. I don't know if she has dirt on anybody. I know she's an alum of Prairie View. She's been in that program for a long time. She played volleyball at Prairie View. This is the epitome of, like, my daddy's a lawyer, so I work at my daddy's office. And you're like, but are you competent to be a lawyer? I don't know, but my dad's a lawyer, so I'm just going to be a lawyer, and he's going to hire me at his law firm. Like, this has that written all over it when it comes to PV. That you have somebody in a position that she doesn't win at. She's 79 and 163. She has multiple allegations of previous stints and currently of being verbally abusive to her players. And then she can't keep the kids. I'm confused. Hey, call lines are open. 518-263-8124. 518-263-8124. Listen, man. Like, all jokes aside, I keep trying to tell HBCU alums, and they be like, oh, Scotty, you a hater, you this, you always trying to bash. That's not what it is for me. What it is for me is the same mindset that you preach and teach to me about how we're a family, how we look out, how we do this, how we do that. To me, there's a standard that you have to set of mediocrity that you're just not going to take. There has to be a drawing point to where you're saying, yo, we appreciate what you've done for PV. We appreciate what you've given to PV, but we have to move in a different direction. And I'm not understanding why institutions think that coaches are bigger than the kids. They never will be. Because if you don't have the kids, there is no coach. Come on, man. 9762 coming to you.
Hey, Scott, it's Gabe from Memphis.
What's up, Gabe?
Hey, yeah, when I made that comment, I was jokingly saying it. But yeah, 8 years, that's a long damn time. At least Grambling went ahead and got rid of Chelsea Lucas.
Yeah.
So I'm with you on that, man. How long is long enough for her to get that program together? 8 doggone years, and then not one, but 2 separate internal investigations. Yeah, she got the road.
Got the road. You're not worth the headache.
Yeah.
It's not worth the headache.
Yeah. And forgive me for saying this, but who's she sleeping with? I mean, it's like it's almost instead of Prairie View, it's like P Valley. So who's she sleeping with? That's all I got to say, though, man.
Appreciate it.
Hey, all right.
I will not approve that message. I did not say that. I did not say that. All right. That was another caller who is not me who said that. I didn't say that. I don't care who she's sleeping with. That ain't my business. What is my business is that you suck as a coach. That's my business. You know who will hire you? Nobody. That's all I need to know. Nope. Who would take a coach? All right. Who would take a coach that ain't won in 8 years that they were the alumni of, that they gave them nothing but free rope? Nothing but free rope to hang themselves. I mean, they gave you 8 years to hang yourself with. You got time after time after time after time after time after time. And you still have a job. And you are currently sucking. 8556 coming to you. Hey, call you live.
Yeah, a couple quick questions. This is your favorite PV alum. First of all, it's PVAMU, not PVAM. Real quick. Second of all, let me know how you want to transfer your loss of PV being the 4th-ranked football team bet wager that we have. Let me know how you're going to transfer those funds. I have spoken to the interim AD, and he's looking forward to your $100 donation for having a bet with me on the fact that Prairie View will end this season at 4th or worse.
We can. I'll make the donation. I'll screenshot it and put it on my channel. That's how I do it. To show people, because or you want me to cash app it to you? I can cash app it to you. It don't matter to me.
Yeah, just cash app it to me. We can talk offline, and I'll send you photos. I will be printing out a check with Offscript's logo and making a posthumous donation in your honor towards the athletic department. So I'll let you know that your $100 will not go in vain, and it will go towards PV Athletics. So thank you very much for your donation.
I try to help.
But to your topic at hand. Listen, this is not a PV problem. This is not an HBC problem. This is a problem, unfortunately, of where we are in our political and gender dynamics in the world today, unfortunately, in Black community. This mean girl spirit of women in head positions is something that we're going to have to grapple with between black men and black women in our community. We hear the same thing about Kamala Harris. We hear the same thing about Stacey Abrams. We hear the same thing about Tiffany Cross at MSNBC. It's a prevailing issue on a global scale. This is a microcosm of what we have come up with from Black Girls Rock, Black Girls Phenomenally Black, and all of these Black women in power positions movement. I support them and I stand by Black women in these positions, but unfortunately, this is a prevailing problem that we not only see in our education system, but in professional America.
Hold on. If I may, what you're sounding like is you're bloviating, but you're not saying anything. Like you're talking, but you're not saying anything. My thing is this: how is it not a PV issue if she works for PV? PV has employed her for 8 years. PV has put her under investigation allegedly twice. She hasn't matriculated kids through the program, but it's not a PV issue. Make that make sense to me.
Yeah, it is a PV issue. I'm making a greater point in saying that this is a microcosm. But if you want to speak of it in a microscope of just PV, absolutely. I'm gonna say something very, very, because I'm very dear to PV and what's going on campus. But this is an issue going on at campus with Black women in power positions and power seats.
So let me ask
you. With it what you may.
No. Let me let's get to that. I'm gonna ask you, how so? What are you? Are you saying that Black women should be in power seats and they're held back, or you're saying that Black women are put in power that shouldn't be there? I'm confused about what you're trying to say.
That's the second one. The second one is in my point. We have to vet. We have to put qualified people in positions, and not because you are a Black woman and have a rubber stamp. If you're qualified, absolutely, come on board. But we're in a movement now where people aren't really being properly vetted for positions, and because they're meeting the agenda of their being Black and being a woman, that we aren't properly vetting people for proper positions. Not only that, we are not as quick to pull the trigger on releasing them from positions because they are meeting an agenda and a goal of having Black women in powerful positions. That's my point in position. And this is why you see the bad fruits from having these kind of positions or mantras, not only just at PV, but also all throughout positions of power throughout our government systems and political systems.
Okay, so
and professional.
Okay, I'm gonna push back a little bit. I want to push back a lot, but I listen. I love your stance. I ain't gonna lie. That's what the show's all about. I love a different point of view. That's what it is. I don't agree with your stance, and this is because Black women are the minority in power positions. They don't really. So usually you have to be very qualified. If you think about the Supreme Court justice that was put in place not too long ago, she was overqualified for the position of being a Supreme Court justice and went through more scrutiny than a white woman in a counterpart, or a white man in a counterpart position who had less credentials. She spent more time in the appellate court than probably most of her counterparts, and she had a harder time to get into the position because she was Black. So I don't agree with you on that aspect. I think Black women 9 times out of 10 have to be overqualified for a position. I think you're generalizing a broad topic for a group that is very much discriminated against, and Black women have to be overqualified to get half of what they're supposed to get. So I'm not in agreement to that. But I love your position, though.
Yeah, I think you picked out a great position to support your point. But when we're talking about, I don't want to go down gender divide lines, but when we're talking about juxtaposition to Black men, not juxtaposition to white supremacy or juxtaposition to white men or white women, you have a valid point. But I'm only talking about apples to apples when we're talking about just the Black bucket. I'm sorry, when we're talking about police chiefs, Black women are leading that. Education positions, Black women are leading Black men in almost every statistic of employment.
But if you
C-suite,
But think about it like this, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but think about it like this. Black women are more educated. Okay, I'm sorry. Black women are more educated, are graduate at a higher rate than black men. That doesn't even, if you want to keep it in the microcosm, he hung up. If you want to keep it in the microcosm of black on black, black women are way more educated than black men at a higher rate. So of course, if you keep it in the black microcosm, they're going to be in positions over than black men. Why? Because they're more qualified, because they are more educated. So the notion of that still does not make sense. You can't, come on. I mean, like, listen, man, I like I said, I love the stance. I love, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, this is what it is, a conversation piece or whatever. He believes what he believes and things like that. And, you know, I stand where I stand with that. I don't agree with it. But listen, man, at the end of the day, this black woman should have this job. Qualified, overqualified, don't matter. She shouldn't have this job. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, but that position to me is just baffling. I lie. Black women are more enrolled. If you're more enrolled, that means you're going to have a higher matriculation rate. Like that's just common sense. If I have 70% women, which most HBCUs are, all right, because anybody that tells me, they be like, yeah, Scotty, man, you should have went to HBCU. Like, you know, it's like 60% women. If it's 60 or 7% women and it's 30% men, women have a higher matriculation rate. That's common sense. It's 70% women, 30% men. Even if all 30% of the men graduate, 40% of the women can graduate. It's still more women than men. So there's more educated women than there are men. That's just basic numbers. It's basic numbers. What are we talking about? That ain't sexist. That's facts. That is, I'm a black man. Of course, I want black men to graduate. It ain't true, though. Black women out here getting double degrees and triple degrees and quadruple degrees. Come on, man. Like, what are we talking about? Oh, my God. Man, don't. Yes. Some of y'all be on this. Some of y'all be on this, like, alpha, you know, all this alpha. Like, bro, like, you know, just because women graduate at a higher rate don't take nothing away from men. Like, come on, man. Like, stop playing, man. You can't. Anyway, thank you, Karen Terry. Back to PV. Jesus Christ. Listen, 79 and 163, that math says you should be fired. I don't do a lot of math, but I do enough math. And the math of that, that number right there, that math equals 79 minus 63, that equals fired. That equals fired. And the fact that she still has a job is a malfeasance on PV. And to take the responsibility away from the institution is ludicrous. It's ludicrous, okay? To take, just because you're a P, oh my God, I love PV. PV's done so much for me. Don't give a damn. She needs to be fired. And it's PV's fault that she's not. That math ain't mathing. That math is not mathing. That's my time. All right. Call ons, or if you like to call in, you know what I'm saying? 518-263-8124, 518-263-8124. And listen, majority team. That's why nobody, thank you, Miss Mosley. This is the young lady who put in the her TikTok. Same young lady right here, right? Transferred out. But that's my issue. If the kids are not matriculating through the program, PV is still losing money. PV is still losing money because they're not keeping the kids for 4 years. And if volleyball had an APR, boy, if volleyball had an APR, it'd be through. Boy, that thing would be through the roof. Absolutely through the roof. If you have the 0%, as this report shows, of 0% of her kids have been in this program for 4 years. Absolute travesty. Absolutely crazy. Listen, PV alums, hopefully you do your due diligence. Actually hold your school accountable. Hold your interim AD accountable. All the foolishness. Because there's a lot of stuff that you want to talk about, but everybody matters. Everybody matters. It's not just the football team. It's not just the basketball team. Everybody matters. Why? Because at the end of the day, everybody's going to be a PV alum. And you're trying to make everybody be a PV alum. You're not trying to, pull away. Like, you're trying to make this a great experience for the men and women that are going to your institution. So do right by them so they actually become alums and not speak ill about said institution. So that a young lady like Kaylee can say, you know what? The school had my back. When there was issues, there were problems, they did an investigation, they had my back. And that's what it was. And that's what it should be. Mr. Campbell, coming to you.
Hey, man, listen, I ain't got nothing profound to say, but I just got to say, there are golf coaches, volleyball coaches, soccer coaches that were all minding their business, being below average as hell, and here you come kicking up dust. These folks been working, collecting their checks, but here come Offscript causing problems. See, man, everything was good at HBCU land until you outsiders came in. This woman been working, stealing money, treating kids bad, and everything was good. But here come Offscript. See, man, volleyball coaches, man, was okay until you came around. Now, every volleyball coach got a problem. Now, since you were around, it's your fault, man. It's all your fault. It is all your fault. So I just want to let everybody know that it's okay, soccer coaches, volleyball coaches, and all y'all that don't know my canon about, because you know what, it's going to be all right. Offscript going to be gone sooner or later. He going to, graduate to something else. So y'all just hang in there. So I just want to say that, man, because everybody was fine until you came around, man. You know it's all your fault. Because nobody cared about volleyball or soccer or badminton or bowling until you came around. It's your fault. It's totally your fault.
Man. Public enemy number
one. So I'm just wanting to put that out there, man. So that's all I got to say. Talk to you later.
Man, they better watch out. Don't let it get back to me. That's all I got to say. 3215 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
Oh, Scotty, what's up? It's Jay out of Baltimore, man.
What's up, man?
So, I mean, this is a bad follow-up to Mr. Campbell, but yeah, man, 73-19, those are Watson Brown numbers. That's Mac Brown's brother, man. He's got the worst record in all of college football right now. I mean, there's no Olympic volleyball players that can coach at this level that want to get their feet wet.
Come on.
I mean, there's got to be something going on outside of the traditional, Greek pathway that we see coming for some of these individuals. But hey, man, Scotty, keep up the good work. Maybe we can investigate rugby next. What do you think about that? Curling?
Man, I'm about to get it. I'm about to get into women's soccer. They better watch out. I ain't gonna hold you. All right, man. Appreciate
All right,
man. 3476 coming to you. I call you live.
Hi there.
Hi.
Yep. All right. It's me, Donna G. I am a Prairie View alum, so I'm not sure what the other person was just talking about, but it's definitely a Prairie View problem. It's an HBCU problem. Let me just say that I am very active with our Alumni Association, and that's one of the things that I'm always talking about, because there's no way in hell you can be at any other organization, company, or whatever, and do some of the shit that, excuse me, I don't know if that's allowed, but whatever.
No, you're good.
Do a lot of the things that are done at these schools and still have a job. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
That definitely should be a performance review thing, and if that has come up before as far as the verbal and mental abuse, that's definitely, you don't have to wait on anything else. That's cause for termination right there. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes, ma'am.
it's just, like you said, you have to set the standard. And that's at Prairie View. That's a lot of different programs.
Let me say,
and has been, and it's not an excuse. It's just like, okay, yeah, we got to figure it out and do it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. And I'm not sure why people are scared or whatever. Like they have to click or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, that doesn't bring any championships nor money, like you're saying.
Absolutely. Miss Donna, let me ask you this. And this is my, I don't know all the inner workings of how much this woman is paid and things like that. But to me, if I'm being honest, it's really not, I don't have, like, I understand like volleyball is an ancillary thing to a lot of schools. It doesn't really bring in money or whatever. So I get that. You can, I would go find a young lady or a young woman looking to get into coaching. I think volleyball, like HBCUs can be, starter programs for a lot of young women to get into coaching. I get all that. So understand, to me, it's like, you're not going to you're not always going to get the best product at coaching because of the salary that most of these jobs have. But to me is what you can't allow to happen is 8 years of inadequacy, plus the allegations, plus the lack of matriculation through the program. Like, I think there's just too many strikes. Like, I get it. If she was 79 and 163, but, she had maybe one championship and she was graduating all her girls, I would say, you know what? Just let it ride, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's about the experience, and we're not looking for you to become, freaking Nick Saban of volleyball. You know what I'm saying? But when you have just so many things against her, it's like, why is she still here? That's my issue.
Well, and here's also my thing is, whatever you do it to be your best, right?
Absolutely.
That's how I look at life. And, we say PV produces productive people. So I'm like, even we've had some other things that happen with our athletic directors in the past and just faculty, as any other school has had, as well as PWI. So there's nothing new. But my thing is, if you're going to take the job, do it to the best of your ability. You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's, so it's not an excuse to say, well, they only paying $40,000. I get it. So if they only paying that, don't do it if you're not going to do it right.
That's real.
You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
My other thing is, if you putting your all into it and you winning, like, you winning, then somebody going to find you some money. Or you can demand the money.
Absolutely. Or
you know what I'm saying? So it's a catch-22.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So it's like, if I'm putting out product, if my product is great, and you're gonna pay me, you're gonna have to pay me.
Yeah. Or
you know
somebody
what I'm
else
saying?
will. Or somebody else will.
Or
yes,
right. Exactly. So I think it's a couple of different things, right? We're probably just not even looking at it. Like you said, ancillary sports is like, oh, okay, whatever, just let them do something or whatever on the side, and not trying to be funny about it, but that's how it goes sometimes. But the other part is, the pay. That's, we got to do better with that, with these jobs. And then also just holding people accountable. Because like I'm saying, even if you paid $1, hey, you decided to do this job for $1, and you need to do it to the best of your ability.
Absolutely.
You need to do it, with perfection. And otherwise, why are you here?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
Yep.
it kind of comes off as somebody like, I'm doing you a favor because I took this job at this price and whatever, because that's what you wanted to pay me. But I don't look at it that way. I'm like, I've been funding your lifestyle.
Oh, no.
Like, I've been funding your life.
So,
what you talking about?
whenever people are like that, I'm like, oh no, you're not doing me a favor because I'm paying you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, it's a favor if you volunteering, but you ain't doing me a favor if I'm paying you.
Absolutely.
You know, so you should have something. I'm holding you accountable to have some type of product to be, you know, I need to be able to see some kind of product at the end of the day that's a winning product. That's what everybody loves, a winner. So you know, you're gonna get some money when you got a winning team.
Absolutely.
That's just what it is. So I'm glad you actually brought this to my attention. Another alum sent this to me, and I wasn't aware of it to this extent.
Yes, ma'am.
And one also because we're got other things going on, and like I said, we have an interim AD, and my thing is athletics. Athletics build schools. I don't know why our HBCUs don't know that or can't get it, because it's not a you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You know,
Absolutely.
Really what you need to do is come study some of these programs, PWI programs, and some other HBCU programs, and do what they doing. It's not hard. It's not hard, but we don't want to do that. It's like we want to make up something from scratch, and it's not necessary.
Absolutely.
Because we're still behind the ball. Some of the same stuff I've been saying for 20 years with my company, GG Sports and Entertainment. We're doing some of the same things, and it doesn't make sense because it's not necessary, because it's a prototype out there that you don't have to falter with. It's proven.
Yes.
So do some of these things and solicit these donors and all this kind of stuff. And your program is going to be successful, your programs. And I don't know why I keep recycling people. We could have a whole nother conversation. But anyway, I just wanted to get in and kind of give my 2 cents on that.
No problem. Thank you so much for the call, Ms. Donna. I appreciate it.
Thank you. All right. Have a good one.
Bye-bye. I don't know. That sound like a money. That sound like somebody to get stuff done. I don't know. She sound like a black mom that you didn't want to get in trouble with. She sound like she making stuff happen. So count your days, Tacho. Count your days, baby. You listen. The countdown is real. Boy, I tell you, when I see that Tacho has been let go, we're gonna be back on this channel. Like, listen, man, your boy.
I'm petty.
Listen, I get him in, get him out. I get him in, get him out. I get him in, I get him out. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I view it. That's just how I sees it. That's just how I sees it. You know, I don't like to see people get fired. That doesn't do me any pleasure. It really doesn't. I don't, you know. But if it just so happened to occur, hey, well, you know, should have been doing your due diligence. That's just how I feel. Nobody felt sorry for me when my channel was getting shut down every 2 seconds. I just had to find a way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not. But listen, at the end of the day, it's about the student athlete for me. It's always going to be about the student athlete. And if people come to me with some valid information and they can back it up with some stats and some notes and things like that, it's simple. Let's get it fixed. That's all I care about, is getting it fixed, protecting the kids, and having the kids enjoy their time at their HBCU institution of their choice. It's about the kids for me. It's always going to be about the student athletes. So once again, if any student athlete has a problem with anything going on in that institution, all right, I don't care if somebody stole your pencil. Nah, I'm just playing. But nah, just for real deal issues, man, holler at me. You can text me at this number above. You know what I'm saying? You can reach out to me on Twitter, Offscript TV. You can reach out to me on Instagram, Offscript TV, if you have any issues. All right, any issues. But that's the name of the game out here, man. So Tacho, count your days. Tacho, count your days, because there's no way you should have this job. Point blank, period. But to each his own. All right, listen, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Yeah, I got a caller. Boy, you snuck in, boy. You snuck right on in.
Boy, listen, I had to creep in.
Boy.
Got it. What? If any of us was this terrible at our job, bro, I ain't even talking about her record. 12 students times 8. and you couldn't give me one graduate?
Come on.
And there's scholarships involved? You trying to tell me you can't pay somebody to play a sport and graduate from your school in 8 years? Not one? Come on, man. And I work in higher ed.
And that it's 12 people, Bobby.
12 people, bro.
It's 12.
Bro, bigger than that, bro. It's like you can't graduate one person.
One. It's
man, listen. If that was the expectation anywhere for anybody, nobody would graduate, bro.
It just boggles my mind.
They got whole retention departments, bro.
12 people. 0%.
12 people.
0%.
0%.
Come on, man. At the end of the day, as the institution, you'd be like, what the hell is going on? Because listen, at the end of the day, let's not play this game, right? We know what it is. Alumni equal dollars. If they give or if they don't give, they equal dollars because you never know when they might give. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that I'm not turning out, go ahead, Bobby.
But bro, I was about to say, she's not turning out any alum. She's not bringing nobody. No corporation is going to get behind a team that's losing that bad every year. Nobody's going to be able to come. There's going to be no testimony like, oh, I went to PV, I played volleyball. Yeah, we worked good at volleyball, but I enjoyed my experience. The coach was really great, and blah, blah, blah. Now I'm the CEO of this company. Thanks, Prairie View.
Yeah.
That won't happen. You won't get that testimony.
Won't get it.
It's impossible. You got to find a graduate.
It just don't make no sense, man. like those numbers alone would just be like, yo, what is going on? Like, it would just make you at least say, what's going on? Like, what's going on? And the fact, but see, this is the thing, Bobby. Like, it's everything, right? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like when you're dating like a toxic relationship, and it's like, it's not the arguing, you know what I'm saying? It's not the, we breaking up one day, it's when it becomes abusive. That's when it's like, but when you have everything, it's like, well, why are we still in this? Why are we still in this? She's not winning. So you can't be like, man, we haven't won in a long time. Because, winning covers up a multitude of sins. We know that in sports. It does because people love to be a part of a winner. So if she was constantly winning, I would have a lot more pushback in this chat and in a lot of these calls because they'd be like, man, she winning. We haven't been winning, da-da-da-da-da. But, okay, you take that away. And then you get the allegations of multiple incidences. And then the cherry on top to me is ain't nobody graduating.
And, bro, it's volleyball. At the end of the day, we're athletic people. Volleyball is a jumping sport. You shouldn't suck that bad. You shouldn't.
It can't be. You shouldn't suck that bad. You should. Absolutely, man. I agree, bro. But hey, Bobby, as always, man, I appreciate the call.
All right, bro.
Yeah. But like when you listen, I'm gonna leave y'all on this, man. I'm gonna lead out of it. And listen, I've been getting a lot of parents texting me. Shout out to all the parents watching. Shout out to all the kids that are watching. Listen, I got your back. If ain't nobody else got your back, Scotty got your back. All right, I'm gonna ride with you. Okay, like my mama said, as long as you in the right, I'm gonna ride with you. Now, when you don't embarrass me. Now I come up to the school and you've been lying. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna ride with you as long as you in the right. I'm gonna ride with you. But I like what Bobby said, and when you break it down to the minute details of what's going on, you couldn't graduate one girl. One girl didn't say, you know what? I like PV. I want to graduate here. Not one. Not one. Listen, man. My mom used to always tell me this, because back in the day, I was a hoe. Right? And my mom would say this. She would say, At some point, son, it's not the women. It's you. At some point in time, it is no longer the kids. It has to be the coach. Everybody can't be, you know what I'm saying? Like my mom would say, everybody lying on you. Everybody want to lie on you. You ain't getting nobody to graduate from your program, but everybody want to lie on you. You that special. You know what I'm saying? You that special. Everybody lying on you. All right. Got it. So it just is what it is. Shout out to you, KJ. We got, you know, that Black Mama handbook. Them Black Mama handbooks, everybody passing them out. Everybody get one. Them Black Mama sayings, everybody get one. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's that Black Mama handbook. I don't know what it is about that Black Mama handbook. Everybody be saying the same stuff. I swear to God, man. Everybody be saying the same stuff. But listen, man, I appreciate everybody. Like I said, once again, I appreciate all the families. I appreciate all the players watching. Listen, I got you back. All right. So at any point in time, you can always text me here. And if you tell me to leave your name out of it, I promise I will. All right. I ain't here to mess up nothing y'all got going. If you done moved on or anything like that. All right. But you can always text me at this number. If anything comes down to any information that you need me to know or want me to know, and you want me to leave your name out of it, trust me, I will. All right. But listen, until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler. God bless.